Hey choir kids, I'm going to kind of walk you guys through the chorus of Bruno Mars's Count on Me. I did put it up on Smart Music, so it's going to take a look and look like this. Sorry if you have a million missing assignments. It's because I just have this as a test student account to see what you guys see. Going to choose voice. The way my setup is right now that I don't want to mess it up because it's set up for teaching, you guys won't hear what's on my screen and you also aren't going to see my notes pop up. But I promise it's there. I might be able to actually get the audio for you guys so you hear the background of it. Let's see. It's not great, but it'll work. Okay, so you guys have probably heard this song if you've heard the radio in the last decade. So I don't really feel like I need to go through that, but you will hear this is a robot-y piano. It won't stay that way. I will promise I will do a live play into it so it sounds a little better, but when I put it online, it does that kind of robotic sound. We do want to hear our part maybe a little bit more, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of turn the accompaniment down a little bit, and let's see how that comes out. In need, you can count on me like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'll do that as my sort of recording with this. You can have your part. Your part's going to be heard in the recording anyway, so you'll hear that piano playing your part. And I just turned the boom, dun, part down a little bit, okay? I'm also going to turn my metronome down a little bit so it's not so loud. And start from the beginning for you guys. We found out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Right? And then I would be putting that as my small piece. I will be assigning other little pieces and I'll do the same thing along the way. And hopefully that's kind of helpful so you have a human singing it. We find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. We find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. That last one, you might have heard me switch into my head voice for these B's, altos, or mezzos even. We might have to shift gears at that spot to make it a little bit lighter, right? So we might have to do that. We find out what we're made of. So that's me in my chest voice, but we might have to go find out what we're made of. If you notice, it's lighter. It's the same exact note, but it's lighter. Because instead of singing in my, this is my full loud voice, I'm singing in my Mickey Mouse voice for those upper notes. All right? Find out what we're switching into Mickey Mouse made of when we are called to help our friends in need. We're going to talk a little bit about the breakdown of this for different voice types right now. Sopranos, this should be in a nice sweet spot of our range. The only notes that may make us want to tank out a little bit, and by sopranos I mean people with a naturally sort of higher voice. I know 7th graders who may never vocally placed you, but when we get to notes like, and you'll be there, let me find that, see? There, right, and you'll be there. those notes should be they feel a little bit low to you. Versus if we are a mezzo or an alto like I am, when I get the you'll be there, that's smack dab in the middle of my voice and it feels nice and strong. And that means though that these upper notes up here might feel a little bit, I have to kind of shift gears into my head voice, right, for that to come out. Versus sopranos, you may not feel like that, okay? You may feel like this is all a nice little fluid line for you because your shift doesn't happen just yet. If you feel like these upper notes are not coming out the way you need them to, so you find out what we're made of, I kind of have to shift that into my head voice, my Mickey Mouse voice, up here a little bit, right? And I am kind of faking it that way versus my chest voice, right, that I feel actually in my chest. So I'm doing my shift at the word like what, right? Is that my E flat still? Sure is. We find out what switches into this Mickey Mouse voice, right? What we're made of goes back to my normal voice when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me. So me is going to be that lighter note, right? We have this do, mi, sol, mi. Right, or do, mi, sol, do, ti, sol, mi, sol, coming over the top, right? So we want to make that this me, the word me, come out lighter if we get to that spot, right? You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. Making sure my C is where it needs to be. Sure is. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. And I went over the top making those lighter. We want to hold them out with breath still, but we want them to be light enough that our voice doesn't sound like it's punching. Because if our voice sounds like it's punching, what's going to happen is we're going to actually miss that note. And we're going to end up underneath it, right? And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Something that will help too, if you feel like these intervals are getting weird, I know you don't want to hear this, but to do the hand signs, right? Do the do, mi, sol, do, ti, mi, sol. And moving that mi to so, even just that movement, or even just when you go to that high note, moving your hands with your breath, moving your hands with your singing. I know it seems weird, you're going to be sitting there at your Chromebook like, count on me like 1, 2, 3. It helps push your voice forward, guys, so that actually is supported. Also, this comes up multiple times in the song. So make sure when you do your recording, it's a good one, because I'm actually going to take your audio and plug this into all the spots. So rather than have you sing this like 5,000 times, give me one good one and I will kind of copy paste it the places that it goes, okay? This video is going to be sort of chopped and moved around right now. The other portion I'm going to do is for our young men. If our voices have not gone through the change yet, so if you're a 7th grader and your voice hasn't started changing, perfect. You should be right where this is still comfortable, right? We find out what we're made of. That should still be okay. If it feels like that's high and we get around the words like what we're made of, then take those parts down. I can sing the opening line for you. Once we get to these low C's and D's, I can't help you. But we down there, right? That's like my last note that I have. We find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there, right? And that there is too low for me to sing, but it might not be for you, right? It's okay to move that down the octave. It's also okay to jump around, and if you need to sing those notes low, but other notes or high notes lower and low notes high, that's fine. Jump and make it work for you guys. Because it's kind of falling right in the middle, that if your voice has changed, it could be tricky, but it is not so high that you couldn't sing it where you're at, right? So if you don't feel comfortable pitching it down, you can shift into that Mickey Mouse voice and do it lighter and do that. We find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. And just know that for you guys, that's going to feel like it's higher and kind of faker than it needs to be. And ask me for help if any of that's tricking you up, or if you try it and you want me to listen to it, just let me know so I can give you guys some feedback.